I am a difficult person to take seriously because I find the humour in the whole of human existence.
I'm going to have a little drink. A lot of artists enjoy a drink.
Well, I'm very attracted to brightness. I think it's a bit more in your face. So, I mean, what's not to like, really? And then my intention here is to put words, about what is the role of the artist in today's society. This at the end here is what you call an antselly, apparently. So people will be able to stick their heads through here. And I've come up with a design very much inspired by the seaside, because my hometown's Blackpool. Yeah, hopefully people will get interactive with that, And they'll have a souvenir.
I think most of my artworks have been produced on the floor of my so-called living room in my housing association dump of a flat, basically. And I'll just get newspapers out and put them on the floor, get a big piece of paper, and then just take it from there, As I'm getting older, it's getting increasingly difficult, you do end up with your legs will go dead or something like that. And then you have to have a break. And then I'm back on my knees again, for all the right reasons. So to have a studio is just wonderful because here I have got the opportunity of doing grander scale work,
Starting with the mustard, I'm using a whole grain. We're now introducing texture into the work. Isn't that lovely?
I was very lucky. I was commissioned by Gary Everett, who's a name in the art world, and he was the artistic director of Hometopia. And he gave me the opportunity to do a whole show, take over a whole gallery, paintings all inspired by mental health. And not a lot of people were addressing this issue, which, this was a number of years ago, now, thank goodness, mental health is on the radar and it's being addressed a bit more, Yeah, that was my first thing where somebody had given me the opportunity to deal with a particular subject matter, and that was mental health. So then after that, obviously I could make comments about other things, not just mental health, but politics, the inequalities in society. It helped me find a voice, and just think, well, if you feel it, paint it, express it. It will resonate with some people, and that's all you can hope for, I mean, if your work just touches one person, then it's worthwhile. It's as simple as that.
You made me love you. Beautiful.
Well, I was always interested in art. I found it a big release when I was a child, because obviously you can draw and paint the world that you'd like to live in. I used to do drawings of very flamboyant people. They all were heavily made up. They all had £1 million worth of jewellery on, massive gowns, I'm very into fashion even now, I love costumes, I love the freedom that costumes give you, you can be anybody. And once you've got your costume on, your makeup and your wig, you're transformed, It's a form of armour. You can go into battle.
I do think that clothes should say something about you. And this says something about me. That's lovely.
Well, I think I started in Blackpool, and it was quite a punky sort of act. I just wanted to get my experience. And so I approached a guy called Barry. I seem to remember he was the manager of the Bellevue on Whitegate Drive. And I said, Barry, can I do something on the stage, please. And he said, what will you do? And I said, I've no idea. I just want to get up on the stage and do something, you know. When I'm on stage doing like a cabaret performance, and it's funny, just a little tweak here and there can bring something different out in you, so that the character's suggested and you think, right, I look like this, therefore I will behave in such a way, you know, because you've got all the ingredients, you've got the costume, you've got the makeup, you've got the wig, you've got the earrings and all the rest of it. And before you know where you are, you've got a character, and then you just make that character come alive, you know, and make it believable. Please feel free to ignore my work. I mean, it's tongue-in-cheek, isn't it? And I think there's a percentage of almost anger in it, really.
Well, I think a lot of people don't even know I exist, you know. And I think now that I'm 61 and consider myself in my death throes, you know, they might as well, you know, before it's too late. Yeah. So when you can hear the ticking clock, you know, and you can almost smell the interior of your own grave, it does sort of spur you on.
How does it smell?
Well, you know, quite fecund. You know, I think I'm on first name terms with all the worms. You know, they've all got their own little personalities and they've all got their own little story to tell. Especially if you believe in reincarnation. But I'll leave that with you.
We're all here for a reason. The world is going to hell. And we in the auditorium tonight are gonna sort it out. Sort it out.